Alright, and we are here at the finale, where we are going over the prologue to the first book.
Oh, this will be fun. Wow, how many pages? 16. A little overboard there, Realm Wars?
I really wanted to, go into a bit of this, and the thing is, I will explain the differences between all the other prologues I made in this one.
Alrighty then.
Alright. So, it begins, with the little, characters page. Shows who all the characters are.
Alrighty then. Clicking open.
Alright.
It's called comics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, and,
And one.
Yep.
The cover of characters.
Yep. And,
that stare, it's staring into my soul.
Yep, which stare?
I'm clicking open scan, number 1, and my god, I see your name, Ron. I see your name, Realm Wars, and guess what? Somebody's getting some crank calls tomorrow.
Here we go.
You just know my...
I can't find it! Where is it?
You just know my real name, Jen, jeez.
Oh, that's just the start.
I can't find it, where is it?
It's the open scan.
Alright.
Hello?
Why am I lagging?
Right. I don't know. But, we're on the actual story now?
Alright.
Yep. I'm
Okay.
looking at the cover, I guess.
Okay, get to the actual panels.
Alrighty. Characters, Chrome, Twilight, Kimiko, Shadow Kimiko, Kurenai, Amara.
Alright. Should be one more after that one.
Alrighty, here we go.
Alright,
This
now,
was war.
let me try to put on my best Gary Oldman impression for this. In the beginning, we had the gift of retribution. The divines were generous. But when we had a struggle, which turned into violence, blood was shed. And thus, war was born. Thack, splat, plop. All that seems to have started as a chaotic, petty feud eventually expanded into a bloodbath that inundates all within its macabre presence.
Ooh.
Splash, shung, shunk, bam.
Poor dragon.
Yep. Mercenaries study your own home and twist it into a fatal booby trap. Yeah, most of this is, just a running scene of them escaping from the, and the realm that's attacking right now is the Realm of Darkness.
Ah.
Yeah,
Isn't
each
always...
realm has a list of indication somewhere on them that shows which realm they come from.
Ah.
Alright, so, you get to the next page, and, this is, not much of the part of the intro here is really much different from any of the other ones. But it does eventually change on, right after that, as soon as Chrome whacks that one knight into the wall. Alright, now, let me see if I... Okay, since Amara's here, let me try to get my best Kevin Michael Richardson impression here. Bro, rest easy a little. We're making good progress as it is. You'll exhaust yourself at this pace. Every one of you are... I've committed many transgressions in my times, struggling in this war. This time, I pledge to do something right in my life's chronicle as a dragon. And one of them collapses, and one of the Dark Realm's weapons is lodged into the eye socket of that one.
Ouch.
Yep. Then there's a splat, and the dragon screams. Chrome tries to go back to rescue him, but Amara restrains him by going, Chrome, don't! It's too late for him now! Trying to save him now is suicide. We have more important matters, or do you wish to commit more of those transgressions? And then, of course, that one dragon starts crying out for Chrome to help him, and here's one of the things that was different from this prologue and the other ones. You didn't get to... You saw the dragon die in the original prologue. In this one, you don't really see how he dies.
Ah.
How he died in the original.
It created more of a suspense of, what happened to the guy.
That's bad.
Yeah, and also there was another prologue where I tried this, and no dragons died in Chrome's party. In this one, there's one that does. This one, is pleading for Chrome to save him because he doesn't want to die. And Chrome, of course, makes a decision that's very painful for him, obviously, and he leaves him there.
Go on without me.
No, he doesn't say go on without me. He's like, please save me. I don't want to die.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And then it just leads to Chrome saying, sorted. That's what war is. Just an excuse to eliminate everything precious. And then you just have Amara coming behind him saying, you did the right thing. Sacrifices in war are inevitable, but those sacrifices can advance us in bounds. This child can do just that. I know this makes you uneasy, but a sacrifice will save many, including you and me. Now dry those tears, dragon. Our sacrifices will not be in vain. Thank you, Amara. Crow, the chamber's approaching. Be prepared for an ambush, or worse. Amara was correct. The baleful nature of war has tons of sanguine misfortune, but it gives each side one light. This child, Amara cradles, is our light to revelation. And then that's when they finally get to the chamber, but it's empty. Except with one character, and it's going to be a character that was not talked about, but the thing is here will not really provide much spoilers of the character because he was introduced like right here, and plus we don't really know what he looks like yet, so yeah, not showing too much spoilers. Chrome, hail Amara. Good to see you made it, Genkia. Of course, I serve only you, dragons. This aura, it can't be. This child needs protection. Deliver him to any human you deem worthy. Tell them it's a dragon's wish. As you ordain, Amara. Good to know we can always count on you. Crow, what are you doing? Silence! Where is Genkia? Crow, what the hell is going on? Your guise wasn't very pensive, was it? Genkia's robe doesn't have a hood. So as you can guess right here, they figured out that is not the real Genkia.
An illusionist.
Oh my.
Damn it, Nikki! And that wasn't Genkia's salute. Genkia bows when he makes a promise. And if that wasn't the case, your cloak is obviate when I can sense aura. Genkia's aura is rutilient. Yours is obdurate. So who are you? So you figured it out. You always were the smart one, Crow. Mo? That's right. I'm back with news for you. The era of dragons is coming to an end. We have the child. Good work. We're done here. A weak little capture like this, Mo. You still have much to learn about me. And then Amara gets badass.
Oh, God.
Yep. He basically uses his earth elementals to make the ground rise above those soldiers that had him captive under their weapons. He grabs all four of them with his limbs and slams them to the ground.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's only a taste of what that guy can do. You've disappointed me, Mao, to think all those years we trained you just for that talent to go to waste. Mao grabs the child, and he escapes from the cave. But of course, here's another thing that was really also different from the other prologues. The other prologues were just the dragons reaching into the cave to deliver baby Kimiko to whoever was going to get him to safety. The first prologue I made, it just showed some guy taking Kimiko away, and the dragons just were left to fight him, and no one really knew what happened in the cave. And for some weird reason, Kimiko actually eventually did go back to the dragons. Like, that wasn't explained, like, how he went back. Then later on, he didn't end up going back, and it was just apparently looked like he was living alone for the rest of his life, and it really didn't explain how he made it that far in life when it looked like he was just living alone his entire life. The next one, actually, they don't figure out who the guy in the disguise is. They still think it's Genkia, but they didn't guess that it was Mao under the disguise. and Kamiko is saved, but and is basically taken away by his mother, but not in the way this one tells it, but it's because a centaur who just comes out, who is a servant of the dragons, teleports him to somewhere, and his mother just happens to walk. The person who will be his mother happens to walk by and find him.
Ah.
Yeah, this one, though, actually makes a lot more sense when you actually look at it, and that's why I like this one more. It makes a lot more sense the way it builds up.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I have to say,
And of course, my favorite part about this prologue, I actually have Chrome being badass.
Nice.
Yep. Not this time. I refuse to indolence. As an honorous moppet, no more. And then the chase scene commences. And the funny thing is, I remember talking about this in the other chat with the ones with Keith, Devin, Amanda, and all those other guys. When I started making this one, I don't know why, but the dragon battle theme from Skyrim just played in my head when I was making Exactly, that was just playing in my head. So yeah, they basically start chasing him down, and one of my favorite things that Chrome does, when Mao thinks he's safe from him, he lunges onto a tree and takes it down with his might. And then he actually, starts fighting him and all that. He goes with a swing and tries to kick him, then slams his tail down. Yes. You can't beat me, Chrome. I know all your moves, plus more. True, this may be a predictable farce, but I cannot fail my family again over something indispensable. I will be conciliated towards traitors like yourself. They charge at each other, and they begin fighting some more. And then it leads to a scene where obviously it showed that Mao stupidly dropped the baby, and the baby ends up crawling away from the fight.
Well,
Realmwars, now we know how you came to be now. You
Whoa.
somehow survived a dragon fight.
Forget that, you managed to survive being dropped.
That explains why he's so weird.
It wasn't really that far of a drop anyway. And plus he's slow.
Well, Realmwars, that explains why you're so screwed up in the head.
Yeah. And then it proceeds to Kamiko's mother. And this is basically how he's found. The next page, it shows his mother picking him up, and there is baby Kamiko.
And he's in the armor.
Yeah, but it does explain in the kanji in that note, like why he's in there. It explains that the suit will grow in time just as his power will. This child has been entrusted in your hands from the wishes of the dragons. Do not let us down. Bring him back at the age of 13 to continue his destiny. We're counting on you. And it says that his name is Kamiko and his gender is male.
I love it how you're being very specific.
Yep.
He also likes to watch monster truck shows on Sundays.
Yep. And that's basically the prologue.
Awesome.
Good.
I like it.
Better than what I came up with.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My deep knot.
Where exactly do these events take place in the prologue? Like, is there a specific location?
Yeah, it first takes place where the dragons usually hang out with, and that's usually their cave in which they hide out with, because you see, dragons are able to create these are powered by crystals that that basically give them these powers of how they're able to harness the elements and other stuff like that. And caves like where they're living in are perfect for either finding crystals or making their own.
Oh, okay. Does this place have a name?
No, it doesn't have a name.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, they basically moved here after the events of Demon Lord Saiga in the Dragon Realm, but this isn't really explained much towards the ending, so I might as well this thing is going on, because it's not going to spoil too much about what Saiga truly is. It just, they call him Demon Lord Saiga, so yeah, obviously not much spoilers, but when the dragons were very arrogant before this event happened, and they thought that they could do absolutely anything. And Crom was a bit arrogant as well. He always believed that, nothing could ever go wrong with the Age of the Dragons. With their intelligence, they could overcome anything. Then Demon Lord Saiga came and literally destroyed the entire dragon realm.
Ah.
Yeah, so now they're forced to live in the human world.
So, I guess we should wrap this up.
Yep.
I suppose.
So yeah, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts is that I really do like the story. I do like some of the characters. I like how, you're going with an interesting concept and stuff like that.
Alright.
I think it's pretty good. Better than my story. I'm kidding. My story's alright.
Okay.
Certainly tells the story better than a lot of other stories I've heard nowadays.
Like mine, just kidding.
Permission to slap!
Granted!
Okay, you get off free this time.
Yay!
I'll send you the pre-slap demotivational, Brandon.
Thank you.
Dani?
Why would you slap me? What did I ever do?
Anyway.
So yeah.
Dani, final thoughts?
Yeah, so far, like, judging from just the prologue, it definitely sounds really interesting. I am curious to seeing, like, where this goes later on, and I guess seeing, like, how the characters turn out and everything, so it's like, I mean, I trust that you won't, like, you won't make them, like, ridiculously overpowered and everything to the point where they become annoying like a Naruto and stuff. I trust you kind of know what you're doing, so it's like...
I do. Okay, can you see? It's like this, there is going to eventually be a theme that goes with the story of Superior, which, the thing is, to kind of disappoint some of you, it is going to go to the direction where some of the characters are ridiculously powerful, but it will all work with the theme at the very end. It's, basically, I've been thinking it over a bit, and it's more of like a philosophical theme where you gotta think for yourself on, like, how you could interpret it yourself, but, I'm not going to discuss it here, mainly because it's spoiler stuff, but I will tell you, the theme will make a lot of sense.
Alrighty then.
I'll take your word for it.
And it's like, and like I said, you seem to know what you're doing, so I definitely trust you on that one. I mean, it's pretty clear that, this is heavily inspired by Shonen Jump, and I mean, admittedly, I don't really read a lot of Shonen Jump anime and like manga and stuff. One of the main reasons why I really don't is because, like, one, they take way too long to tell for anything to fucking happen, but also it's like, as the story changes and the characters develop and everything, they do get to that point, like in Naruto, where it's like, they get so ridiculously overpowered, but it doesn't look like there is a theme to it. It's more like, oh, you want to be a better ninja, pirate, whatever the fuck you are in Bleach. It's like you got a god mod more than the last guy, and it's like that kind of gets annoying after a while. Like, I wouldn't mind it so much if there was a definite theme to it, but it's like in a lot of the Shonen Jump stuff that I've read, it doesn't really look like there is a theme, or if there is, it's really, really weak. What about Black Cat? Isn't that Shonen Jump?
I
believe it is, and I haven't read the manga. I have seen a couple of episodes of that anime, and I was just like, yeah, it was okay. I got the anime on DVD. It's good.
Yeah, it's alright for me.
Alright, so, I guess this is it?
Yep.
Guess so.
Yep.
Alright, so, I guess this is the end of the Whoring Out panel discussion. This is Realm Wars.
Judging 123.
Nikkicola.
And Platniumrhythm.
And your glorious recorder, Kev, and hopefully when I get something done, I'll probably do the same thing, but whatever. Anything else?
No, I was playing Angry Birds at the same time just to keep myself awake. Sorry, I'm tired.
Incredibly.
And with that out of the way, cut line, end last sequence, and fade to black.